YouTube, where I sit around and wait for something funny to happen, and then I edit it to make it look like I just did it right then. And yes, y'all get the Elin for today. Hey everyone, I'm Elin. I hope your day is going a peachy. And yes, it's official. This is Elin's first adventure time. But if we really think about it, it's actually Elin's first history time. And if we really, really think about it, it's more like Elin's ancient history time. But anyway, today is a story about how I learned Korean. Yay, round of applause. But let's just start from the beginning. 7 years. It took 7 years and a lot of hard work, but I enjoyed every minute of it. It started back in mid-2011 when my best friend introduced me to K-pop and point blank ruined my life. Ruin? Or did she make it better? I don't know yet. I'm still learning. From K-pop, I stumbled into Korean variety shows, which are like Japanese game shows, except not crazy. Like they do fun and you know, little fun. Like they just do fun things, but it's not as crazy as like being in a silent library eating sushi off a fat sumo wrestler. It's not that crazy. But I watched these shows just to see like the celebrities I liked, like the idols I enjoyed, and then slowly I fell in love with the members of the show called Running Man, and I loved watching every moment of it. So I started from episode 1 and watched 40 episodes. Like, it was the greatest show ever. It still makes me laugh. I still watch it, and 300 episodes later, and they're all an hour and 5 minutes. Woo! But I watched that, and from that, my inspiration stemmed. Like, I had to learn this language. It's so fun, so beautiful. These people, like, culture is amazing. The way they say everything, their intonations, their tones. It's just something I wanted to learn. I had to learn. It was like when I needed to learn music. I just had to. That's how I felt with Korean. And so I was lucky enough that my community college offered online Korean courses, and so I signed up immediately. And I had the most fun. I would like sit at home and write the Korean language over and over and over and over until I memorized it. And I would do all the homework extra early, and I just enjoyed it. It was my favorite thing. It was so much fun for me. And throughout the whole course, I worked really hard. And by the end of the course, actually, I was the one tutoring students that didn't quite get Korean, but I got it early. I was, low-key the teacher's favorite, but not bragging or anything. Unfortunately, after my first quarter of Korean, the second quarter got canceled, and I had to learn how to study by myself. And so with that, I went straight into watching these variety shows. And on variety shows, they have they will say something, and then they repeat it a lot because it's so funny. And then they'll like have little subtitles, like cute little subtitles or whatever, for like just so you know what they said, and in Korean. And so I'd always read those out loud, and then I would write down things I wanted to know. Like I had this Word document on my computer that was probably 60 pages long of me just writing words down and phrases that I always wanted to know. And I was like slang and funny things and words and like even what's it called, onomatopoeias, like sounds and stuff. And I would like copy I would follow what they said to follow the intonations and tone, just how it's how natural to speak Korean. And after I kind of got I wanted to start learning how to put these phrases together, make sentences and paragraphs and have a conversation. I found this website called Talk to Me in Korean. And yes, I want to link it below just because it is such an amazing website. And if you want to learn Korean, that's the place to go. That is the go place to start. And I studied Talk to Me in Korean for the longest time. Like, it literally became my pastime that I would come home from school and I would study for 2 to 3 hours, and I would enjoy every minute of it. I adored it. That's how much I liked it. I still can remember to this day the first time I made a Korean sentence, and I told my Korean friend, I had a conversation with one of my other Korean friends, and I made a full sentence, and he understood me all the way. And it was this sentence. 비가 너무 많이 왔고 그 나무들 흔들었어. And my friend was like, oh my god, your intonations and tones were perfect, like your pronunciation was great. Apparently not mine pronunciation. In that moment I was like, I have to learn more. I have to have conversations with people. It took me a while, but I started working and I like worked my butt off. I got enough money finally in 2016 and I was able to pay for tuition and a plane trip and dorm fees over to go to one of Korea's top, it was like the second or third top university in Korea called Yonsei University. And it's one of the top language schools in Korea. And so I got tested into a level. Unfortunately, out of 5, I got into 2. My roommate was in 5, so it was really nice to have a roommate that, you know, we made 7. But in level 2, they spoke no English in the class. Like everything they taught was Korean. You know, it was really scary at first because it's like, can I use English? And they're like, no. No English for you. They would teach us everything in Korean, and it was amazing how much I understood and how I was able to learn from these people that they were teaching me in Korean. I was like, wow. So, but outside of class, I didn't really use Korean too much because I was living with like people. Everyone in the program could speak English. On that trip, I met a young lady who was the sweetest girl I've ever met. She was so kind and fun, and she would just like came up to me on the street and said, "Oh my gosh, where are you from?" And like, I've had people do that before to me in Korea, but it wasn't like friendly. It wasn't like, this girl was generally, she wanted to know me. And so we became friends and in a really short amount of time. And we kept contact once I came back from America. And by the way, jet lag destroyed me for about 3 weeks. Don't allow that to happen. Your life will be a total mess. I was like planning to maybe go back the next summer, but she solidified that plan when she said, hey, do you want to come back and stay with me for a few weeks? I would love it. It's for free, you know, it would be so much fun and I would love being with you. She allowed me to stay with her for like 7 weeks, or maybe even 8. Like, that's a long time. And then she came back with me for 2 weeks when I went back to America. So we were together for a good 10 weeks. Woo! And in Korea, and when I went back that time, I literally I only spoke English when I was with my friends who spoke English. And other than that, I was in her house with their family speaking Korean all the time, and I loved it. I loved it so much. I learned so much slang, and I learned how to speak all these like different like how to make things conversational. So that was the year that I became conversationally fluent, and I became super confident in speaking Korean. Cause last year I was like, you know, I speak Korean, but I don't have enough confidence. But then this year I was like, I speak Korean, and I can speak it to you. 안녕하세요. 잘 지냈지? After that year, it's now 2007. It's now 2018. Where have the years gone? I'm still wanting to learn more Korean. I plan on going back and learning how to speak the language completely fluently. My next goal is to learn Spanish, but whenever I try to speak Spanish, it's like, hola, mi i름 es, crap, it's Korean. But I hope to learn more languages, but first I want to perfect Korean, definitely, and I'll learn Spanish on the way too, because that's my grandmother's language, and I would love to learn that. But yeah, that's Elan's story of how she learned Korean and is still learning Korean to this day. It was the greatest, it's one of the greatest choices I ever made, one of the greatest everything. It just changed my life to, I feel like such a different person because of it, and I like the person who I've become because of it. And I'm here for all of you, for those who want to learn Korean. Like, I am here, I can help teach you, well, not teach you, I can help you get studying, I can teach you my ways, I can teach you how to get connected with people who also want to learn Korean. I can help you get connected with people who want to learn English. That is very important, so then you can language exchange. I just know how to do tips and how to make learning a language enjoyable, because it's 100% possible. If you ever need help, just contact me. I am 100% for helping people learn a language. It's a beautiful thing to learn a different language, and it's beautiful. It opens your mind to a different world. It's amazing. So just hit me up with a comment, hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on Twitter. But yeah, if you like this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe and leave a comment. Maybe next week I'll do another Adventure Time, or maybe I might do makeup. I'm still thinking. I'll put a poll up, and then you guys can help me answer, either on Instagram or on Twitter. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Keep living your day peachy. Bye.